No need to submit both. I will clearly mention, right? No need to submit both. You can choose any one of them, or else you can write draw your own diagram. That I clearly mentioned in the class. My link is not shared. I think don't create it. Yes. I will. I'll create one link in Moodle. Now, concepts, right? Module 4. Yeah, today I will create one link Moodle. We can submit that. We discussed about quality definition, software quality. What do you mean by software quality, and how can we achieve the software quality? Next part is reviews. Software review. What do you mean by review? What do you mean by reviewing your progress or project? You're using the term reviews, right? Review means you are monitoring. You are monitoring or monitoring the status or progress of your work. That is called a review. Software review is a systematic inspection of software by one or more individuals. Maybe there is a panel. They are inspecting your progress in a systematic to find and resolve errors and defects in software. If there is any errors or defects there, they can find out during the review process. During the early stages of software development lifecycle, SDLC. Objective is, what is the objective of software reviews? To improve the productivity of the development team, to make testing process time and cost manner. Make the final software with fewer defects and eliminate the inadequacies. These are some objectives of software review. For software review, the panel members used to analyze your work, and if there is any defects or drawbacks, or if it is not matched with the customer requirement, they will inform and you can work on that. So the process of software review contains, first, this is a monitoring system, right? So entry evaluation, management preparation, review planning, preparation, examination, evaluation. Actually, for reviews, the review panel members should be very well planned, learn about the system, and only they can review that process. What are the different types of software reviews? There are different types of reviews. Software peer review that we generally do. Only your peer members are doing your work. Like code review, pair programming, walkthrough, technical review, all comes under, also comes under this peer review. Code review means your code, what are the code you have written, that is reviewed by the peer members. And pair programming means when you write a code, another supporting person is also there, means another programmer is also there to support you. That is that review process is going parallelly with code writing. That is pair programming. And walkthrough means it's guided by another person. Maybe a third party can take the help of third party to review. And technical review means highly qualified individuals, maybe panel members will examine your product and they will analyze. And inspection, find the errors, that is as part of peer review only. So different types of peer reviews are there when it comes to code or technical complete product, or in even your throughout the programming, someone is there to support you. Someone is there to not only supporting. It's like suppose when you are writing one code, the other one also monitoring that, and he can suggest better logic for the same concept. That also there. So software management review and software audit review. Software management review actually to evaluate the status. Are you in correct pace? Can we meet the deadline? So that is managerial part, not technical. Technically, are you going and are you doing it in proper way? That is analyzing by technical team, and management review by the upper level team, and those people evaluate your work progress. Can we meet the deadline? In the section, the session regarding downstream activities are taken, means different level of managers are there. So the hierarchy is there. Those people are monitoring the lower level people. Next is audit review. Audit review, that is also another type of review. Here, many critics are there, but not part of the development. They are just organized an independent inspection of the software product and process to assess their compliance with stated specification and standards. That is third-party evaluation. That is software audit. What is the need of third-party evaluation? When you do your work, means when you are writing your code as a programmer or as a team member, you don't want to show your errors. Actually, you're always trying to hide something, right? It's not a genuine inspection. But if it is done by third party, you always try to show all the bugs, which is not whatever their findings, they will do it in a better way than the team members. So that's why third-party inspection is needed. Suppose if some bugs are there, but it's not affecting your product directly, as a programmer, as a team member, you may try to hide that thing. So instead of that, if there is a third-party member, definitely he will tell those compliance. So that is the need of a third-party review. This is done by managerial level people, or they will assign someone from outside. So what is the advantage? Why we are going for this software review? Defects can be identified in early stage. So the defect, if you identify in early stage, we can remove it in early stage, right? So suppose if you find out the same error in later stage, then you need to take more effort, even effort, time, budget, everything you have to spend more to debug that, to correct that, to remove that. So early inspection always reduce the maintenance cost. So it can use to train the technical authors, can use to remove process inadequacy that encourage defects. So whatever defects you find out, and What are your findings? Everything you need to document for further reference, in future reference. Another team members can also use the same thing, or else you can use it yourself, or you can use it in your own projects. That's why experience, we call experience makes man perfect. From your past experience, you can learn many problem conditions, and you can use it in your coming projects. So the expertise can always find out errors or defects in a very early stage itself from the experience. Next is formal technical review. The technical reviews are different types. We already discussed that part. The next is formally, we can conduct the same thing. For means the technical review which we are doing in a formal way. Formal way means it has an agenda. In agenda, clearly mention what are the things we are going to discuss, and according to the agenda, we should discuss one thing. And at the same time, the evaluators should learn at least sometime, means at least for 2 to 3 hours about the system. Then only they can evaluate, and generally we include expertise from the same field. So this is called formal technical review. There are objectives of formal technical review. It is useful to uncover error in logic, function, and implementation for any representation of the software. And the purpose of FTR is to verify that the software meets specified requirements, to ensure that software is represented according to predefined standards. Always we are against predefined standards, whether it's meet the standard or not. To help, it helps to review the uniformity in software that is developed in the uniform manner and makes the project more manageable. You just learn, you just remember some points about objectives. Or else you can write in your own sentences, no problem. Then involvement, generally 3, 4, 5 members should be there in the review panel. And we need an advanced preparation. We should learn about the system. Then only you can judge, you can evaluate the system. And the meeting time also maximum 2 hours. We should not, because we are conducting this formal technical reviews very frequently. The number of times we are conducting the review is important. That's why the length or duration is less. And at the end, either you can accept the product without modification, means you're happy with whatever the team has done, or else you can reject the project because it contains many errors and that too difficult to correct, or else you can accept the product provisionally. Provisionally means later modifications will be there. Then review report, whatever review process that you need to document. During the FTR, the reviewer actively record all the issues that have been raised. And at the end of meeting, these things you should consider, consolidate and prepare one review list. And finally, you have to create a summary report. In summary report, you have to answer all the questions: who reviewed it, what you reviewed in that, and what are your findings, and what is the conclusion. Everything you have to clearly mention in the report, final report. Then agile reviews. Agile review, agile means it's changing, right? So agile environment is different from a normal prescriptive environment where agile environment, the things are changing very fastly, right? So obviously the review meeting also very, very important comparing to the prescriptive model. Here change rate is high. So once all the previous development phase is complete, the product owner gather the remaining things. How you conduct the formal technical review in an agile meet is same like a prescriptive, but the number of times you conduct the review meet is more in agile platform. So once all previous development phases are complete, the product owner gather the development team once again and they review the progress. And always check, mainly here, they check with the customer requirements, because customer requirement is frequently changing. That is the need, that is the importance of a frequent review meet in agile. So agile software development lifecycle phase starts anew, either with new iteration or by moving towards next stage and scaled agile. Suppose in the review meet, if they find out it's not, you couldn't meet the customer requirement, we will repeat the same phase again and again, because it's iterative in nature, right? So till you satisfy the customer requirement, they will repeat the same stages, and after finishing every stage, they will conduct one review meet to check whether you meet the customer requirements or not. So that is the agile review. Agile review is same like what I discussed before. Only thing is here we need to monitor whether the development team meet the requirements, meet the customer requirements, and what are the changes we need to do, whether we need to repeat the same stage or can we move to the next stage. Software, next is software quality assurance. Check the syllabus. Quality. In software quality assurance, we should learn about elements of software quality assurance, software quality assurance process, and product characteristics, software quality assurance task, goals and metrics, statistical software quality assurance, software reliability, ISO 9000 quality standards, software quality assurance plan. So what do you mean by assurance? Software quality assurance actually given by the organization. They're assuring that all software engineering process, methods, activities, and work items that are monitored and they comply against some standards which is defined by the organization itself. So every organization, every software development, not only for the software, these things are common to all industries. So every industry, not only software industry, every industry is following some standards to meet the quality, right? So when we are saying this is a quality certified company and it's following the so and so quality standards, means the product, process, methods, everything is comply against some standards which is defined by the organization, right? So that is our assurance. Okay, a process which assure that all software process and methods, activities, and work items which are monitored and comply against some defined standards. So the standards, always we are checking whether we are comply with the standards or not. If we maintain that standard, then only we can produce a quality product. The software quality assurance plan comprises of the procedures, techniques, tools that are employed to make sure that a product or service aligns with the requirement defined in the SRS. Actually, in SRS means software requirement specification. We clearly mention these things. The requirements. We clearly mention all the requirements. And when we are trying to implement those requirements, we are using different tools, methods, techniques we are using. All these things should be comply with some standards. Okay. So here there is a diagram which shows the software quality assurance. This is one of the umbrella activity we learn. Umbrella activities. One of the umbrella activities which we learn in the first unit. So SQA, what are the different phases? A baseline system, its prototype, design, how we are creating development phase containing research and analysis. And once you create a baseline system, we are going to start the production. Production contain planning, testing, and then go to the release to the market. We are releasing the product to the market. Delivering is there, support is there. So these areas always following some standards: research, analysis, prototype, design, planning, testing, supporting, deliver. Everything is following some standards to meet the quality. So that is a software quality assurance. In software quality assurance plan, we create one report or document which contains some sections. These are mandatory. A purpose section is there, a reference section is there, software configuration management section is there, problem reporting and correction section is there, then tool section, technologies, methodologies, code control, and records which contain collection, maintenance, retention, then testing. So these sections are there in a software quality assurance document. Okay, we are going to plan for this quality assurance. You should include all these things in your plan document. Okay, what is the purpose? Activities in an SQA. Software quality assurance activities are creating an SQA management plan and setting checkpoints. Creating an SQA management plan means, first, if you are going to execute an SQA, you should do a proper plan. What kind of SQA you need to carry out in your project? And what are the engineering activities you need to done this SQA? And what you need to include? And what is the right talent mix in your team? Team members, different talent people should be there in your team. There's a correct mix of members in your team. Some people are good in programming. Some are good in documentation. Some are good in collecting information. Some are well versed in their some tools. Some are good in some technologies. So when you create one team, you should mix up all these qualities in your team members. So what is the advantage? Some people are having communication skill, some people having management skill. So there should be a correct mix of team members. What is the need of that? Then you can work as standalone unit, like standalone team. Should not depend much on other team members, other teams should not take much input from other team. You can work as a team, as a group, as an independent group. So that is the advantage. So when you create a team, you should remember this thing. First, you need, for coming to an SQA management team, you should have a proper plan. Then you should set the checkpoint. Means what are the different stages, project stages, where I need to check. So that checkpoint you need to fix. That is the second thing. And play some techniques, some engineering techniques. Like FP functional point estimation, source code, so lines, how many line of codes are there. So there are different metrics is there to calculate the project estimates, so that you can prepare. Like that type of techniques you can use. And fast technique you can use. That is also. So we need a high quality inspection after. Okay, this high quality inspection we are achieving through different techniques. You need to, suppose if you want to know the project estimation, there are many metrics are there. I don't know whether it is there in your syllabus. I think it is. One second. Actually, this time a strategic approach next. Actually, this time fifth module also very less syllabus only. We'll see. Anyway, I will explain that thing, even though it's not there in your syllabus. I will explain that. It's very important, but I didn't see in your syllabus. So apply software engineering techniques and execute formal technical review. How to execute formal technical review, that we already discussed. Why we are conducting formal technical review. Then having a multi-testing strategy. Testing strategy should not means a single testing strategy should not give all kinds of errors, all kinds of bugs. So we should try multiple testing strategy. That we will learn the testing next unit. Different types of testings are there. And enforcing process adherence and controlling the change. These points, when you conduct this software quality assurance activity, you should remember these things. First, you need to create a SQA management plan. Then you check, you fix the checkpoint. And checkpoint actually, when you fix the checkpoint, you should be very much careful. Suppose if you done something, you want to, if you find out some errors in the code, then you need to roll back. So there should be safe place. You should not change the values. That is very important when you fix the checkpoint. Next is apply software engineering techniques. These techniques I will teach you. Okay. I didn't see in your syllabus, but I will teach those. At least I will explain. It's better to learn some how to find out the software project estimation that you need to know. Next is review, evaluate the quality. Having testing strategy means the multiple type of testing you should perform to find out the errors in different angles. The testing also discussed next module. Next is enforcing process adherence. Like we are choosing some particular process, and you should stick on the process throughout the development. You should not change in between. It will create more. It will create complex in your project. So you should not change it and control the change. Control change means both manual procedure and automated rules. Actually, a change of requirements you can control, but can you change? How can you control the changes? How can you control the changes? How can you control it? Customer requirements are changing in agile environment. You are ready to change. That is mandatory. And how can you control those changes? How can you control the changes? For example, sometimes customer may request contradictory changes. Like if you make change in one side, it may adversely affect another thing. In such type of situation, you should be, as a developer, you should be careful. You can control those changes which adversely affect other characteristics. Okay. That type of request you should not accept. Contradictory under that category. Next is measure impact. So this is actually we determine the impact of change happen when it happens when you fix some defects. It may create some changes. So that impact, what impact have, what is the rate of change, or how it affect your system? So that impact study you can do, whether it is moderate or critical. I mean, suppose you find out some errors or bugs in your project, you modify that part. When you modify that part, how it adversely affects or how it affects, whether it is positive or negative, how it affects or impact future in other areas of your project. Is it compatible or not? You should check that, and you should study on the impact on other area of your project. You should not only focus on your change in bugs, means change in errors. You should focus on the impact also. You should study that impact factor. That is called impact factor. Then perform SQA audits. This 9 point you should remember. And what is SQA auditing? Auditing means the team actually there is a report, give one report right at last. In that one, in that test, they will report the status also, whether it is actually performed or not. You should check it. And if there is any issues are there, you should report those issues. If there is any non-compliance are there, you should report that. So that is the auditing part. Auditing, SQA auditing, whether the reported things are actually done or not by the team members. That is auditing part. Then maintain a record and reports. You should document everything. Even the SQA some changes, you should report, and what are the changes you've done, you should clearly mention, and what are the impact of the changes which made in your project, in your system. That also you need to report. The test results, audit results, review reports, change request documentation, everything you should keep reference. That is the record and report. Next is you should manage good relation. Because it is all these things are quality assurance team is a team. It's not a single person. So the teamwork is important. The communication between the team members and the harmony between the team members are important to do a successful quality check. You should not feel like somebody is superior in your team. Everyone should have same level. Means there should not be hierarchy. Currently, as a managerial team is there to monitor you, but when I'm discussing about the quality assurance team, the team members should not feel that someone is superior, someone is inferior. Should not feel like that. Then only we can maintain on our own project quality. So that is the last point, manage good relationships. So in that 9 points only, something you need to remember. The 10 and 11th point is very easy thing. maintain record and keep good relationship. Those two are. In the next class, I will discuss about SQA techniques. So these not 9 points you need to remember. SQA activities: creating an SQA management plan, set the checkpoints, and apply software engineering techniques, execute formal technical review, having multi-testing strategy and enforce process adherence, and control the changes. Control changes means you should not misunderstand that term. We should actually, in an agile platform, we don't have any right to control the change. First of all, I'm saying as a developer, you don't have any right. But if it is a contradictory statement, like sometimes the requirements which are given by the client are contradictory in nature, and at the time you can control the changes and measure the change impact and perform SQA audit and reports and manage good relationships. Okay. So today we discussed about software quality assurance. Is there any doubt on today's topic? Anybody is there? No doubts. Okay, thank you.